Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of our podcast series, where we will be digging deeper into the value of outsourcing a CFO. David, to share my experience, a lot of the time, client who have not worked with a CFO tends to stick with their bookkeeper and is generally very reluctant to work with a CFO. One of the obvious reasons is cost and the ability to contextualize the service. So as a CFO, what value do you bring to your clients' business that outweigh or justify the cost of working with a CFO?
Yeah, for sure. As a CFO, we often see a common mistake of being compared to an accountant or even a bookkeeper. Of course, we're all qualified accountants. However, the value we bring is the foresight, experience, and expertise that can drive growth into the business, which far outweighs the cost. One example is setting the right price for the products and services that are being delivered. If the pricing isn't done correctly at the beginning, your profit margins will always be off, no matter how much money your business is making. You'll always make a loss.
That's a very good point, David. So essentially, there are multiple values to be had here. Not only is the CFO maximizing the profit margin and increasing business opportunities by setting the right price for how the company to do more business, but they also, are protecting the business, to make sure that the pricing covers the running costs of the company, so to ensure sustainability.
Exactly, that's exactly right. Sustainability is at the forefront of what a CFO does and often works closely with the CEO to ensure the company has all the resources they need to reach the goals. Furthermore, I believe that because the outsourced CFO is not an employee, there's a greater chance of being more direct and honest with the CEO or entrepreneur, which wouldn't necessarily be afforded to a subordinate who may be fearful of challenging the CEO. The CFO can challenge and stress test strategies and ideas, giving that business owner the confidence that the right course of action has been taken.
So ultimately, dealing with finance is stressful for most people, and having that experience, foresight, and financial planning of a CFO can definitely, alleviate a lot of the business stress. We know that working with a CFO is considered a very high cost, and one way to make sure this is manageable is acquiring CFO services through outsourcing. And with COVID, a lot of the companies now are increasingly more at ease at the idea of outsourcing their finance function. We don't see this trend slowing down. Why do you think this is?
Well, outsourcing traditionally has been seen a way of companies to get services without a full-time commitment, and that really still holds true. The advancement of technology, which has increased access control and data protection, for example, outsourcing is now actually a strategy for companies to build an agile, effective finance team without compromising the quality of the output. Outsourcing in many ways can also be considered a risk management tool and can protect the company during economic downturn, where provisions for severance package, holiday pay, visa, medical, office expenses are not a consideration, but favour business expansion, lean teams, and recruit the outsourced expertise when you need it.
Fair enough, but we don't just want to paint, the upside. There are also some downside to the outsourcing, which for many companies who are looking to ensure that the knowledge is and the know-how is retained in-house. So I guess what I will say to that is that the CFO services should be accessible to all business, regardless where they are in their journey, to give them the best chance to succeed. Outsourcing is a way to make this possible until the company is self-sufficient and is able to generate enough revenue to bring the finance function in-house full time.
Absolutely. And also access to top talent. Technology like Zoom, Google Meet, MS Teams has made outsourcing easy for companies to work with specialists across the world possible.
It is great to see with technology, companies are more willing to look beyond their location for the right talent.
Yes, indeed. And it means companies can benefit from the latest technological updates and knowledge of an expert at all times without the burden of how to train and upskill the team had that team remained in-house alone.
True. I hope our conversation here really helps to answer some of our listeners' questions on the value of outsourcing, especially in CFO services. Finance has always been a passion of both David and I, and we shall look forward to our next episode on hiring a CFO, what to expect. So goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, Linda, and goodbye, everyone.